Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. The message I have for you today is a living Christ equals living truth. It's time for the gloves to come off and put an end to the satanic control of sovereign men and women who've been conditioned to believe that they are slaves instead of the sovereign children of God and co-creators of their lives, whom they truly are. I ask that each of you, reading my messages on the internet and viewing my YouTube videos, pay attention to the energy which arises in your own consciousness to a man who openly tells you that he is a living Christ. And so are you, potentially. Examine the energy of the civilized world that we live in, an environment of systematic thought which is imposed upon the consciousness of the mass mind, the satanic-ruled intellect. Complicated, isn't it? Confusing, isn't it? Violent, isn't it? Unfair, isn't it? Do you really think that such system of thought is accidental? Each of you have been traumatized to accept that worldview through the process of pressure and stress attendant to satanically imposed hypnotic stress. It's called conditioning. It is so commonplace that most of you have been dulled in your sensitivity to discern the dualistic stress of such mind-controlled enslavement. Life, love, truth, God is energy, non-dualistic energy. Such energy is all there is, for it is infinite, it's timeless, undivided, all-encompassing. It is supreme intelligence. You all feel that it cannot be manifested in your own lives. You seek it, but you can't attain it. Why? Because you have been compromised in your energy through lifelong cultural, religious, and political satanic indoctrination, which allows you only to experience the dualistic, the divisive, opposing energy of Satanism, the limited, contradictory, base level of consciousness which presently manifests as your own personal world of civilized hell. You have sold your souls for the empty promises of a world based in illusion, and your behavior has thus been modified through invitation and consent to fit into such an unholy and unholistic environment. Your consciousness craves the peace and tranquility of the energy of love, of truth, and oneness that is the kingdom of God, which is manifest on earth. Yet you find you have only attained the limited, contradictory, the divided, opposing, intellectual world of hell on earth. That is all you know, and such self-enclosing satanic beliefs have only robbed you, by your own consent, by the way, of your own true sovereign state as a man or a woman, a co-creator of your own lives. I recommend that all read the experiences of this living Christ over the last 20 years on the internet and see the spiritual lightning rod of a simple man of truth living in a deceptive, divisive, hellish society. Observe the violence which this peaceful man has attracted by the forces of the satanic power which rule your present state of mind, your intellectual consciousness. And you will see how impotent such satanic pressure is when dealing with the simple man of truth. How can you find that power of peace within yourselves? You cannot learn it from another. You cannot be taught it. For all such practices and tactics of persuasion are intellectual in nature, and therefore satanic. All. Be one with truth, with God, with love. Be truth. Be love. Be God. There is no effort in such energy, for all struggle, strife, contradiction is absent in such a state of being. Be quiet, and the chatter of your own satanically conditioned intellect, and you will realize your true state of being. Speak truth. Act in truth. Do no harm. Transcend contradiction. And you are a living Christ. Never, never, never tell another lie in your life. And then watch the transition from hell to heaven, which has eluded you all of your lives, miraculously take shape in the spiritual blink of an eye. Now you know which of the satanic powers which rule this civilized society do not want you to know that this living Christ actually exists. Why they have been attacking the words of this Christ for the last 20 years on the internet, and why they tried to send me to prison to shut me up, and they have all failed. Why they now have embarked on a disinformation campaign claiming that this living Christ to be dead. You have all been lied to all of your lives, as have your predecessors since the beginning of time. An intellectual organization of the first civilized societies which have controlled you through your intellects. This goes back to the beginning of time, to the first civilization. That satanic spirit of intellect has tampered with the forces of spiritual energy that is truth itself, until foolish, blind believers, blind followers have voluntarily sacrificed their own lives to the altar of Satanism without knowing it, completely being unaware of it. That is the state of the average civilized citizen today. May I suggest to you that you read the Gospel of Ray at arkenterprises.com/index.html gospel with a capital G. You'll find nothing like it elsewhere on the internet. This is this living Christ's promise to you. We must change ourselves to change our world, for we project our inner world outwardly. And if you are living in hell inwardly, you are creating hell outwardly. Thank you for your time.